Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly draw others back into their lives, even after time or conflict pulls them apart? What makes certain individuals so magnetic, so deeply rooted in the minds and hearts of others, that they're impossible to leave behind? These people aren't born with some mysterious advantage. They've learned to embody qualities that make them irreplaceable. The secret lies not in flashy gestures or superficial charm, but in timeless wisdom rooted in Stoic principles, wisdom you can adopt today to become the kind of person they always return to. Maybe you've been stuck in cycles of trying too hard, overthinking every interaction, or even chasing validation from those you care about. These approaches often leave us feeling more disconnected than ever. What if I told you that the very effort to cling tightly is what drives people away? This might sound counterintuitive, but it's true. Those who hold themselves with quiet confidence and strength, who embody the essence of a high-value person, are the ones people can't resist returning to. Imagine transforming yourself into that kind of individual. Imagine radiating a self-assured presence that commands respect without demanding it. Imagine becoming the kind of person who uplifts others, listens deeply, and brings an unmatched energy into every interaction. You won't just enrich your relationships, you'll redefine how people see you, how they feel about you. Today, we're breaking down 10 transformative actions, proven principles inspired by Stoic philosophy, that will make others naturally want to return to you. These are not tricks or surface-level tactics. They're a roadmap to becoming your best self, someone they admire and hold in the highest regard. Let's dive into the first principle. 1. Radiate confidence. Have you ever noticed how people gravitate towards someone who seems to have everything under control? Not in a loud, attention-seeking way, but in a calm, steady way that radiates an inner sense of peace and assurance. That's confidence, not arrogance or bravado, but a quiet strength that says, I know who I am, and I'm comfortable in my own skin. Confidence is magnetic because it reflects mastery over your emotions and values. When you carry yourself with self-assurance, people sense that you're someone they can rely on. This doesn't mean you're never uncertain or that you're immune to challenges. It means that you handle them with grace, resilience, and a steady mind. Imagine walking into a room where tension is high. How would you handle it? Would you add to the chaos, or would your calm demeanor diffuse the tension and bring clarity? People remember how you make them feel in moments of stress or uncertainty. Confidence in these moments provides them with a sense of stability. It's not just attractive, it's essential. Think about a time when someone close to you exuded calm confidence during a crisis. Didn't it make you feel more secure, more willing to trust their judgment? Now imagine becoming that person for others. Confidence also plays a powerful role in relationships. Picture a disagreement with your partner. If you approach it with defensiveness or insecurity, the conversation likely spirals into blame or frustration. But if you meet it with composed confidence, acknowledging your role while standing firm in your values, you transform the dynamic. You invite resolution instead of conflict. You show that you're not afraid of difficult conversations because you trust yourself to handle them. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Confidence starts within. It's the belief that, no matter what happens around you, you can control your response. This doesn't mean ignoring your emotions or pretending to be unaffected. It means learning to channel your emotions productively, staying grounded even when the world feels unsteady. But how do you cultivate this kind of confidence? Start by recognizing your strengths and accepting your weaknesses. Confidence doesn't mean pretending to be perfect. It means embracing your imperfections with grace. It means knowing that your worth isn't tied to the opinions of others. Take time to reflect on what you value most in yourself: your integrity, your ability to overcome challenges, your resilience, and let these guide you. Another key is staying present. Confidence often falters when we project fears of the future or regrets from the past onto the present moment. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our control. Ask yourself, what can I do right now to move forward? How can I show up fully in this moment? These questions ground you in action and keep you aligned with your values. Finally, confidence is built through consistent action. Each time you honor your commitments, face a fear, or handle a challenge with poise, you reinforce your belief in yourself. Confidence isn't something you wake up with, it's something you earn step by step. When you radiate this kind of confidence, people take notice. They feel your stability and strength, and they want to be around it. In a world that often feels chaotic, your presence becomes a refuge, a place where others can find calm amidst the storm. This is why they'll return to you, not out of obligation, but because they genuinely value the energy you bring into their lives. So ask yourself, are you someone who brings stability and strength to others? Are you confident in your ability to navigate life's uncertainties? If the answer is no, don't worry. Confidence is a skill, and like any skill, it can be cultivated. Start today. Trust yourself, take action, and watch how people naturally begin to gravitate toward you. This is your first step toward becoming the person they always return to. 2. Never crave attention. Have you ever felt the need to prove your worth to someone, constantly seeking their validation or attention? It's a common trap, one that feels almost impossible to escape. You pour energy into getting noticed, hoping it will bring connection or appreciation. But here's the harsh truth. The more you chase attention, the more it slips through your fingers. Why? Because people are drawn to those who don't demand their focus, but quietly command it. When you stop craving attention, you signal to the world that you are enough as you are. This self-sufficiency is magnetic. It's the foundation of true confidence and independence, qualities that draw people to you effortlessly. Craving attention, on the other hand, often stems from insecurity. And insecurity, no matter how well you mask it, pushes people away. Imagine two different scenarios in a relationship. In the first, one partner constantly seeks validation. Do you still love me? Why didn't you reply to my message right away? Tell me I'm important to you. At first, this might seem endearing, everyone wants to feel needed. But over time, this behavior becomes stifling. It creates pressure and drains the relationship of its joy. Now picture the second scenario. One partner focuses on their own growth and interests, sharing their excitement and experiences without demanding constant reassurance. They trust the bond they share with their partner and don't feel the need to question it at every turn. This confidence and independence make them irresistible. Their partner feels free to engage, not out of obligation, but out of genuine desire to share in the energy and joy they bring. This is the power of letting go of the need for attention. You stop trying to pull people toward you, and instead, you create a gravitational force that naturally draws them closer. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said it perfectly. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In relationships, true wealth lies in needing less from others and cultivating more within yourself. This doesn't mean becoming distant or cold. It means valuing your own self-worth so deeply that you don't depend on external validation to feel whole. So how do you break free from craving attention? Start by shifting your focus inward. Ask yourself, what makes me feel fulfilled when no one is watching? What can I create, achieve, or experience on my own? Build a life that excites you, one that doesn't rely on anyone else's approval. Next, learn to value quality over quantity in your interactions. It's better to have a few meaningful conversations than to constantly seek shallow engagement. Be intentional about how you connect with others. When you're present, when you truly listen and share authentically, people will feel it, and they'll want to return for more. Finally, practice detachment from outcomes. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our actions, our thoughts, our responses. You can't control how others feel about you, but you can control how you show up. Let go of the need to force a reaction or response, and instead, trust that your authenticity will shine through. Consider this. Have you ever been drawn to someone who radiates peace and confidence, who doesn't seem to need anything from you but is genuinely happy to share time and space with you? That's the energy you want to cultivate. It's not about ignoring people or being aloof. It's about being so grounded in yourself that your presence alone becomes a gift. If you're wondering how this principle plays out in real life, think of someone you admire who seems to naturally attract respect and attention. Chances are they don't seek it out. They focus on their passions, their growth, and their values. And because they aren't trying to demand anyone's approval, they end up receiving it in abundance. This is your invitation to shift your perspective. Stop chasing attention and instead become the kind of person people can't help but notice. Build a life that excites you, and watch how others gravitate toward you, not because you demand their focus, but because you inspire it. If this idea resonates with you, let me know. Like this video and drop a comment with number 1 if you're ready to stop craving attention and start embodying self-sufficiency. Your feedback is a powerful way to join this journey and inspire others to do the same. And if you're finding value in these lessons, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're building a community of people who want to elevate their lives and relationships through timeless Stoic principles. Let's grow together as we uncover more ways to become the high-value person you're meant to be. Stay with me, because the next principle is all about giving to others in a way that transforms your relationships and yourself. You won't want to miss it. Let's keep going. 3. Embrace passion. Passion is a force that breathes life into everything it touches. Have you ever met someone who speaks about their work, hobbies, or dreams with such enthusiasm that it's impossible not to feel inspired? Their energy is infectious, their presence captivating. It's not just about what they do, it's about how deeply they engage with it. This level of passion makes people magnetic, drawing others into their orbit effortlessly. Passion isn't limited to romantic love or grand gestures. It's about finding joy in the everyday, pouring your energy into pursuits that matter to you, and living with a sense of purpose. When you embrace passion, you show the world and yourself that life is worth engaging with fully. And this engagement has a ripple effect, making people eager to be part of your vibrant world. Now let's flip the script. Imagine a person who moves through life without enthusiasm. Their conversations lack energy, their actions seem mechanical, and their presence feels muted. How do you feel around someone like this? Likely drained or indifferent? On the other hand, consider someone who lights up when they talk about their latest project, a book they're reading, or a skill they're learning. Their excitement sparks something in you, reminding you of what it feels like to care deeply about something. This is why embracing passion is transformative, not just for your own life, but for your relationships. People are naturally drawn to those who live with zest and purpose. When you're passionate, you become a source of inspiration, someone who uplifts and energizes those around you. Stoic philosophy might not immediately seem aligned with passion, but in reality, it deeply encourages living a meaningful, engaged life. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Passion, from a Stoic perspective, is about finding meaning in your actions and appreciating the opportunities each day offers. It's not about chasing fleeting pleasures, but about committing to pursuits that enrich your character and deepen your understanding of the world. Living passionately doesn't mean your life has to be extraordinary in a conventional sense. You don't need to climb mountains or paint masterpieces, though those are great if they inspire you. Passion is deeply personal. It's about what excites and fulfills you. It might be as simple as tending a garden, mastering a recipe, or volunteering for a cause close to your heart. What matters is the energy and commitment you bring to it. In relationships, passion takes on a special significance. When you share your interests and pursuits with your partner, you create a space for connection and growth. Imagine the joy of cooking a meal together, not as a chore but as an adventure. Or the depth of discussing a topic that fascinates you, letting your enthusiasm pull your partner into your world. These moments create memories that stick, making your relationship feel dynamic and alive. Moreover, embracing passion doesn't just mean pursuing your own interests, it means encouraging your partner to do the same. Support their dreams, celebrate their victories, and join them in exploring what excites them. Passion is contagious. When you live with it, you inspire others to do the same. But what if you feel like your life lacks passion? It's a common feeling. especially when routines and responsibilities dominate our days. The key is to start small. Ask yourself, what makes me lose track of time? What sparks my curiosity? Maybe it's a hobby you abandoned years ago or a skill you've always wanted to learn. Commit to exploring it, even if it feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable at first. Passion is often discovered through action, not waiting for inspiration to strike. The beauty of passion is that it evolves. What excites you today might change tomorrow, and that's okay. The goal isn't to find a single passion and stick to it forever. It's to keep seeking and embracing what brings you joy and meaning. This adaptability is what keeps life and your relationships fresh and exciting. When you live passionately, you don't just enhance your own life, you elevate everyone around you. Your energy becomes a beacon, drawing people to you and inspiring them to engage more deeply with their own lives. This is the essence of being a high-value person, someone who not only lives fully but encourages others to do the same. So ask yourself, what am I passionate about? How can I bring more of that into my life? When you answer these questions honestly and take action, you'll notice the shift, not just within yourself but in how others respond to you. They'll want to be near your energy, your joy, your spark. And just like that, you've taken another step toward becoming someone they always return to. Let your passion guide you and watch the world respond. 4. Act decisively. Have you ever been stuck in indecision, turning over the same thoughts again and again, afraid to make the wrong move? It's exhausting, isn't it? Worse, it creates an air of uncertainty that others can sense. In relationships, this hesitation can erode trust and stability. But when you act decisively, you project confidence and reliability, qualities that draw people to you. Decisiveness isn't about always knowing the perfect answer or never making mistakes. It's about taking action with clarity and owning the outcome, whether it's a success or a lesson learned. In a world where hesitation and doubt are common, decisiveness stands out like a beacon. People are naturally drawn to those who make decisions with purpose and poise because it gives them a sense of security. Imagine this. Your partner asks you for advice on an important matter. If you fumble, hesitate, or avoid taking a stance, how do they feel? Likely unsupported, uncertain, or even frustrated. Now picture the opposite. You listen carefully, weigh the options, and give your honest, confident input, even if it's not the easiest thing to say. Suddenly, you're not just a bystander in their life, you're a pillar of strength they can rely on. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This Stoic wisdom emphasizes action over endless deliberation. Decisiveness is about embodying your values, stepping forward with courage, and trusting yourself to handle whatever comes next. It's not about being reckless, but about understanding that inaction often carries more risk than an imperfect choice. In relationships, decisive action can take many forms. It could mean initiating a difficult conversation instead of avoiding it, setting boundaries where they're needed, or making plans that show your commitment. People respect and admire those who take the lead, not in a controlling way, but in a way that shows you're willing to shoulder responsibility. Consider a couple deciding whether to move to a new city for one partner's job opportunity. If one person hesitates endlessly, fearing all the what-ifs, it creates anxiety and stagnation. But if they approach the decision with confidence, researching, discussing openly, and weighing the options, they create a path forward. Even if challenges arise, their decisiveness fosters trust and strengthens the bond between them. But what if you're naturally indecisive? The first step is to let go of the fear of failure. Stoicism teaches us that we can't control outcomes, only our actions. Focus on what you can decide today, knowing that even a wrong decision can lead to growth. Ask yourself, what aligns most with my values? What's the next best step I can take right now? These questions cut through the noise and help you act with clarity. Another key is to simplify your decision-making process. Don't get bogged down by overthinking every detail. Instead, set clear priorities and let those guide you. Remember, action breeds clarity. The more you practice making decisions, the more confident you'll become in your ability to navigate complexity. Decisiveness doesn't just benefit you, it positively impacts everyone around you. When people see that you can make choices with intention, They feel safer and more confident in your presence. In relationships, this creates a foundation of trust and mutual respect. It also makes you someone others want to return to, because your decisiveness provides direction and reassurance in an uncertain world. And think about someone you admire who always seems to know what to do. It's not that they're infallible, it's that they move forward with conviction, even when the path is unclear. You can be that person too. With each decisive action you take, you build momentum and reinforce your role as a leader in your relationships and life. Now it's time to reflect. Are there areas in your life where indecision has held you back? What's one decision you can make today to move forward? Start small if you need to. The act of deciding is what matters, not the scale of the decision. If this idea resonates with you, let us know. Like this video and drop a comment with number 1 if you're ready to embrace decisive action in your life. Your feedback inspires us and strengthens this community of like-minded individuals striving to grow through Stoic principles. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're just getting started on this journey of personal transformation, and you don't want to miss what's next. Together, we're building a space where timeless wisdom meets modern challenges, helping you become the high-value person you're meant to be. Stay tuned. The next principle will teach you how treating others with equality can transform your relationships and make them unshakable. 5. Treat others as equals. Equality is one of the most overlooked yet transformative principles in building relationships that endure. Have you ever been in a relationship, whether romantic, familial, or professional, where one person always seemed to hold the upper hand? Perhaps they dismissed your opinions, made decisions unilaterally, or treated your feelings as secondary. Such dynamics create resentment, erode trust, and over time, lead to distance. Now consider the opposite. A relationship where you felt valued, where your voice mattered as much as theirs, and where respect was mutual. That sense of equality creates bonds that are nearly unbreakable. Treating others as equals is not just about fairness, it's about acknowledging the inherent worth of each individual. Stoic philosophy teaches us to recognize that beneath titles, status, or circumstances, we all share the same human essence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While it is in your power, be good." To be good, in the Stoic sense, means to treat others with dignity and fairness, understanding that life is fleeting and every interaction carries weight. When you treat others as equals, you send a powerful message. You matter, and I see you for who you are. This validation strengthens relationships by fostering trust, respect, and emotional safety. It also sets the stage for deeper connections because people are more likely to open up when they feel respected and valued. In practice, equality in relationships isn't about making everything perfectly balanced or avoiding leadership when needed. It's about mutual respect and shared decision-making. Consider a partnership where one person consistently dominates discussions, dismissing the other's ideas. Over time, this imbalance creates frustration and a lack of fulfillment. Now imagine a partnership where both voices are heard, decisions are made together, and each person feels they have an equal stake in the relationship's success. Which dynamic is more likely to thrive? Equality also means rejecting the idea of superiority based on external factors. Your partner's opinions and feelings aren't less valid because you have more experience in a certain area. Your friend's struggles aren't trivial because they seem smaller than your own. To treat others as equals is to meet them where they are, with compassion and humility, even when their perspective differs from yours. This principle is especially powerful when applied to conflicts. In disagreements, it's easy to adopt a defensive stance, prioritizing your perspective over theirs. But what if instead you approach the situation with a mindset of equality? Instead of arguing to win, you could seek to understand their feelings and work toward a resolution that honors both sides. This approach not only diffuses tension but also deepens the bond between you. One of the greatest barriers to treating others as equals is ego. Ego whispers that your needs, opinions, or achievements are more important than theirs. Stoicism teaches us to quiet that voice, reminding us that no one is immune to the human condition. titles, wealth, or accomplishments don't make anyone inherently better or worse than anyone else. As Epictetus wisely said, we are all but actors on a stage playing our parts. Equality isn't just about how you treat others, it's also about how you allow yourself to be treated. If someone consistently disrespects or dismisses you, equality means standing up for your own worth. It's not about demanding superiority, but about ensuring that your dignity is preserved. Setting boundaries is an essential part of fostering mutual respect. Equality can transform not just one-on-one relationships, but also the environments you inhabit. When you treat everyone, friends, colleagues, strangers, with the same level of respect, you create a ripple effect. People notice, they feel valued, and they're inspired to mirror that behavior. You become someone who uplifts others simply by how you show up in the world. In relationships, equality fosters a sense of safety and trust. When both individuals feel respected and valued, they're more likely to remain invested even during difficult times. They'll return to you because they remember how it feels to be seen and treated with fairness. So take a moment to reflect. Are there relationships in your life where equality could be strengthened? Do you truly listen when others share their thoughts, or do you prioritize your own perspective? By answering these questions honestly and making small adjustments, you can transform the way you connect with others. When you embody this principle, you become a person others admire and trust, a person they'll always want to return to. The path to equality isn't always easy, but it's one of the most rewarding steps you can take to build enduring, meaningful relationships. 6. Uplift others genuinely. Think about the people in your life who make you feel truly seen, supported, and valued. These are the individuals who celebrate your successes, stand by you in times of failure, and uplift you without expecting anything in return. Now imagine becoming that person for others. When you genuinely uplift those around you, you create a ripple effect that transforms not just your relationships, but your entire environment. This act of selflessness, rooted in Stoic principles, is one of the most powerful ways to ensure that people always return to you. Uplifting others isn't about empty flattery or superficial gestures. It's about recognizing someone's worth, encouraging their growth, and being present in their journey. Stoicism teaches us that our lives are interconnected, and by helping others, we elevate not just them but ourselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What benefits the hive benefits the bee." When you foster growth in those around you, you're also cultivating a more harmonious and fulfilling life for yourself. Imagine this. You're in a relationship where one partner consistently supports the other's ambitions, not out of obligation, but out of genuine care. They encourage their partner to chase their dreams, celebrate their victories wholeheartedly, and offer comfort in moments of failure. This dynamic creates a bond built on mutual respect and admiration. Contrast this with a relationship where support is conditional, given only when something is expected in return. The difference is stark, isn't it? When you uplift others genuinely, you strengthen the foundation of your relationships. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel valued and appreciated. It's not about grand gestures, it's the small, consistent acts of kindness and encouragement that leave the deepest impact. How can you begin to uplift others? Start by actively listening. When someone shares their thoughts, dreams, or struggles, give them your full attention. Ask thoughtful questions and respond with empathy. This simple act shows that you care about their perspective and value their voice. Another way to uplift others is through acknowledgement. Recognize their efforts, even when they don't result in immediate success. For instance, if a friend is pursuing a new skill or project, celebrate their progress rather than focusing solely on the outcome. Let them know that their hard work and determination inspire you. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening deeply and encouraging others based on what you hear creates a space where they feel safe and valued. This strengthens your bond and makes them more likely to return to you for guidance and support. But uplifting others isn't just about words, it's about actions. Offer your help when someone needs it, whether it's lending a hand with a task or simply being there during a tough time. Your presence can make a world of difference. It's important to remember that genuine support comes without strings attached. If your kindness is tied to expectations of gratitude or reciprocity, it ceases to be genuine. The goal is to uplift others for their benefit, not for what you might gain in return. The beauty of uplifting others is that it's reciprocal. When you make someone feel valued and supported, they're naturally inclined to do the same for you. Over time, this creates a cycle of mutual encouragement and respect that strengthens your relationships. So how does this principle play out in real life? Consider a colleague who's nervous about presenting a new idea at work. By offering words of encouragement and suggesting ways to refine their presentation, you're not only boosting their confidence but also fostering a stronger connection. Later, they'll remember your support and likely seek your guidance again. Now, take a moment to reflect. Are there people in your life who could benefit from your encouragement? What small act of support can you offer today? Whether it's a kind word, a listening ear, or a helping hand, your actions can have a profound impact. If this principle resonates with you, let me know. Like this video and drop a comment with number 1 if you're ready to start uplifting others genuinely. Your engagement doesn't just inspire us, it also encourages others in this community to embrace these transformative ideas. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're building a space where timeless Stoic principles meet actionable strategies for living a more fulfilling life. Together, we'll continue uncovering the steps to becoming someone people admire and always want to return to. Get ready. The next principle will show you how to cultivate a skill that deepens connections in a way few other things can. Let's keep moving forward. 7. Listen deeply. Listening is a simple act, yet one of the most profoundly impactful skills you can cultivate in your relationships. Most of us think we're good listeners, but are we really? How often do you truly focus on what someone is saying, without planning your response or getting distracted by your own thoughts? Deep listening is a rare gift, and it's one of the most effective ways to build trust, understanding, and connection with others. At its core, listening deeply is about presence. It's about giving someone your undivided attention, not just to the words they're saying, but to the emotions, intentions, and subtleties behind them. When you listen deeply, you make the other person feel heard, valued, and understood, an experience so powerful that people will naturally seek you out again and again. Stoic philosophy aligns perfectly with the practice of deep listening. The Stoics emphasized mindfulness and living fully in the present moment. When you listen deeply, you embody this principle, engaging fully with the person in front of you and resisting the urge to drift into your own thoughts or judgments. Epictetus reminds us we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. In relationships, listening deeply can transform how you connect with others. Think of a time when someone truly listened to you. Perhaps you were sharing a struggle or celebrating a success, and their attention was so focused that you felt entirely seen. Didn't that interaction leave a lasting impression? Now imagine being that person for others. When you offer the gift of deep listening, you strengthen the foundation of your relationships. People feel safe opening up to you, knowing they won't be interrupted or dismissed. Over time, this creates a bond built on trust and mutual respect. Deep listening doesn't mean you have to agree with everything someone says, nor does it mean suppressing your own voice. It means making space for the other person to express themselves fully before responding. This creates a dynamic where both parties feel respected and valued, even during disagreements. So how do you practice deep listening? Start with your body language. Maintain eye contact, nod occasionally, and lean slightly forward to show you're engaged. These nonverbal cues signal that you're present and attentive. Next, avoid interrupting. Let the other person finish their thoughts before you respond. It can be tempting to jump in with advice or your own perspective, but resist the urge. Instead, focus on understanding what they're saying. If something isn't clear, ask thoughtful questions to encourage them to elaborate. Another key aspect of deep listening is empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. What emotions are they feeling? What might they need from you in this moment? Validation, encouragement, or simply a listening ear? Empathy helps you connect on a deeper level, strengthening the relationship. Reflection is also an important part of deep listening. After the other person has spoken, summarize what you've heard to confirm your understanding. For example, you might say, "It sounds like you're feeling frustrated because of X. Is that right?" This shows that you've been paying attention and allows them to clarify if needed. Listening deeply is especially important during conflicts. When emotions run high, it's easy to become defensive or focus on winning the argument. But if you take a step back and listen without judgment, you can diffuse tension and find a path to resolution. By seeking to understand the other person's perspective, you create space for mutual respect and compromise. One of the challenges of deep listening is silencing your inner dialogue. Often when someone is speaking, our minds race with thoughts like, "What should I say next?" Or "How does this affect me?" To counter this, practice mindfulness. Bring your focus back to the speaker whenever you notice your thoughts drifting. In today's fast-paced world where distractions are everywhere, deep listening is a rare and precious skill. It requires patience, humility, and a willingness to set aside your ego. But the rewards are immense. By listening deeply, you not only improve your relationships but also grow as a person. You learn to approach interactions with curiosity, compassion, and openness. Take a moment to reflect. Are you truly listening to the people in your life? Or are you just waiting for your turn to speak? What would happen if you gave someone your full attention today? The answer might surprise you. When you practice deep listening, you become someone others seek out, not just for advice or support, but for the unique way you make them feel seen and heard. This is the essence of connection and one of the most powerful ways to ensure that people will always return to you. 8. Champion honesty. Honesty is the cornerstone of trust in any relationship. It's the foundation that ensures connections remain solid, enduring, and deeply fulfilling. But honesty goes beyond simply telling the truth. It's about living truthfully, being transparent about your feelings, and communicating openly, even when it's difficult. To champion honesty is to embody integrity, showing others that you are someone they can rely on, someone who values authenticity over convenience. Think about it. Have you ever been in a relationship where honesty was lacking? Perhaps there were small lies that grew into something bigger, or moments where someone avoided being truthful to spare feelings. How did that feel? Now contrast it with a relationship where both parties were consistently honest. Even when the truth was hard to hear, it built a sense of trust and respect that strengthened the bond. That's the power of honesty. It creates a space where vulnerability is safe and trust can thrive. In Stoic philosophy, honesty aligns with the virtue of integrity. Epictetus said, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. They can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by them." This idea reminds us that living honestly also means being in control of our reactions and emotions. When we're truthful, we eliminate the need for pretense, and we create a clear, straightforward path for understanding. But championing honesty doesn't mean being brutally blunt or insensitive. It means delivering the truth with kindness, consideration, and respect. Imagine a friend asks for your opinion on a project they've been working on. Instead of giving insincere praise to avoid hurting their feelings, you offer constructive feedback. I love the creativity here, but I think tightening up this part could make it even stronger. This approach shows that you value them enough to be honest while still being supportive. In relationships, honesty means sharing your true feelings, even when it feels uncomfortable. It's about expressing your needs, setting boundaries, and addressing issues before they grow into larger problems. For instance, if you feel neglected in a relationship, honesty might mean saying, "I've been feeling a little disconnected lately, and I'd love for us to spend more time together." This kind of transparency invites understanding and resolution, rather than allowing resentment to fester. Honesty also means owning your mistakes. When you mess up, and we all do, it's easy to deflect, justify, or hide the truth. But taking responsibility shows strength of character and a commitment to growth. Imagine apologizing to your partner for a mistake and admitting where you went wrong. It's not easy, but it reinforces the idea that you value the relationship enough to face discomfort for the sake of trust. Living honestly isn't just about how you interact with others, it's also about how you relate to yourself. Are you honest about your goals, your emotions, and your intentions? Or do you sometimes tell yourself convenient lies to avoid facing reality? Self-honesty is where integrity begins, and it's the first step toward becoming someone others admire and trust. When you champion honesty, you set a standard for those around you. Your commitment to truthfulness encourages others to do the same, creating a ripple effect in your relationships. People are drawn to those who live authentically because it's rare and refreshing in a world that often prioritizes appearances over substance. So how can you start championing honesty in your life? Begin by practicing small acts of truthfulness. Be upfront about your feelings, even in casual conversations. If a friend asks how you're doing, resist the urge to give an automatic "I'm fine" if that's not the truth. Instead, share honestly, "It's been a tough week, but I'm working through it." These moments of authenticity build a habit of honesty over time. Reflect on areas where honesty might be lacking in your relationships. Are there unspoken frustrations or unmet needs that you've avoided addressing? Having these conversations can be uncomfortable, but they're essential for growth and connection. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel to live in alignment with your values. Finally, understand that honesty is a long game. It might not always be appreciated in the moment, but over time, people will respect and admire your integrity. They'll know that when they come to you, they can expect truthfulness, and that's a rare and valuable quality. If this principle resonates with you, let us know. Like this video and drop a comment with number 1 if you're ready to champion honesty and build stronger, more authentic connections. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights on living a life rooted in timeless Stoic principles. Together, we're creating a community of individuals committed to personal growth and meaningful relationships. Your journey to becoming someone others trust and admire begins here. 9. Spark laughter. Laughter is a universal language, one that transcends barriers and brings people together in ways few other things can. Think about a moment when you shared a genuine laugh with someone, a laugh that left you both gasping for air and wiping tears from your eyes. Those moments don't just bring joy, they forge bonds that last, creating memories people return to again and again. Stoicism often focuses on resilience, discipline, and rationality, but it also acknowledges the value of lightness and humor. A well-timed laugh can break tension, shift perspectives, and remind us of the beauty in life's absurdities. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, wrote, "The mind should be given some relaxation. It will rise improved and sharper after a good break." Laughter is that break. It's a reminder not to take everything so seriously, even as we strive to live virtuously. Laughter plays a crucial role in relationships. It's not just about having fun. It's about creating a sense of safety and intimacy. When you laugh with someone, you share a moment of vulnerability, a recognition of something silly, ironic, or joyous. This shared experience strengthens your connection, making it easier to weather the more challenging moments together. Imagine 2 different relationships. In one, every interaction is serious, focused only on responsibilities, challenges, and problem solving. While these elements are important, an absence of playfulness can make the relationship feel heavy and draining. Now picture a relationship where laughter is woven into daily life, where even mundane moments can turn into opportunities for humor. Which relationship feels more inviting? The beauty of humor is that it doesn't have to be grand or planned. It can come from the simplest things: an inside joke, a playful tease, or finding the humor in a minor mishap. Imagine spilling coffee on yourself during breakfast, and instead of getting frustrated, making a joke about how your shirt clearly needed some caffeine too. That small act of lightness shifts the energy, turning what could have been a sour moment into a shared laugh. But how do you cultivate laughter in your relationships, especially if humor doesn't come naturally to you? Start by observing. Pay attention to what makes the people around you laugh. Is it a clever joke, a funny story, or a playful impersonation? Once you understand their sense of humor, you can create moments that resonate with them. Another key is to not take yourself too seriously. People are drawn to those who can laugh at themselves because it shows humility and self-awareness. When you can find humor in your own mistakes or quirks, you create an atmosphere where others feel safe doing the same. It's a reminder that perfection isn't the goal, connection is. Laughter is also a powerful tool for diffusing tension. In moments of conflict, humor, used appropriately, can de-escalate emotions and open the door to resolution. For instance, if a conversation is becoming heated, a light-hearted comment like, "I think we both need a timeout before this turns into a reality show episode," can provide a much-needed pause, allowing both sides to step back and recalibrate. It's important to note that humor should never come at someone else's expense. Mean-spirited jokes or sarcasm that belittles others erodes trust and creates distance. Instead, focus on humor that uplifts, unites, or brings lightness to a situation. In relationships, laughter creates memories that people want to revisit. Think about the stories you love to retell, the ones that make you and your loved ones laugh every time you recount them. Those moments become touchstones, reminders of the joy and connection you share. They're part of what draws people back to you, again and again. But laughter isn't just for others, it's a gift you give yourself. Life is unpredictable and often filled with challenges, but humor allows you to navigate those challenges with grace. When you find something to laugh about, even in difficult times, you demonstrate resilience and an ability to see the bigger picture. This perspective is deeply attractive, making you a source of strength and positivity for those around you. Take a moment to reflect. When was the last time you laughed so hard it hurt? Who were you with? And what made that moment so special? How can you create more opportunities for laughter in your relationships? By sparking laughter, you bring joy and lightness to the lives of those around you. People will return to you not just because you make them smile, but because you make them feel alive, even in the smallest moments. And that is a gift worth sharing. 10. Embrace uncertainty. Uncertainty is a part of life we all face, yet it's something most people resist with every fiber of their being. The unknown can feel unsettling, even paralyzing, leaving us scrambling for control. But what if embracing uncertainty was the very key to becoming someone others admire and return to? What if your ability to navigate life's unpredictability with grace and confidence made you a source of stability and strength for those around you? Stoicism teaches us to accept what is beyond our control and focus instead on our actions and responses. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you embrace uncertainty, you embody this wisdom. You become the calm amidst the storm, the person others turn to when life feels chaotic. And in relationships, this quality is invaluable. Think about it. Have you ever been in a situation where the future felt uncertain, a major life decision, an unexpected challenge, or a period of transition? How did the people around you handle it? Did they panic, resist, or freeze? Or did someone step forward with calm acceptance, ready to face whatever came next? That person likely stood out, earning your trust and respect because of their composure. When you embrace uncertainty, you show others that fear doesn't control you. This doesn't mean you're immune to worry or doubt. It means you don't let those emotions dictate your actions. Instead, you focus on what you can control, your thoughts, your choices, and your effort. This perspective isn't just empowering for you, it's magnetic to those around you. People are drawn to those who can face the unknown with courage and clarity. In relationships, uncertainty is inevitable. Whether it's the natural ebb and flow of connection, external challenges like career changes or personal growth journeys, no relationship is immune to the unknown. How you handle these moments can either strengthen or strain your bond. Imagine being the partner who says, "I don't know exactly what will happen, but I'm here, and we'll face it together." Those words carry immense weight because they come from a place of trust and resilience. But how do you cultivate this mindset? Start by shifting your perspective on uncertainty. Instead of seeing it as a threat, view it as an opportunity, a chance to grow, adapt, and discover new possibilities. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this moment to strengthen myself and my relationships? These questions transform fear into curiosity, opening the door to growth. Another key is practicing detachment. Stoicism teaches us to let go of outcomes and focus on the process. You can't control how things will unfold, but you can control how you show up. Embrace the effort, not the result. This approach not only reduces anxiety but also builds trust in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. Consider how this principle plays out in real life. Imagine a couple facing a significant life decision, like moving to a new city. One partner might dwell on what could go wrong, fueling stress and doubt. The other, however, approaches the decision with calm reasoning, weighing the options without fear of the unknown. Their composure sets the tone for the discussion, creating an environment where solutions, rather than fears, take center stage. Over time, this steadiness becomes a hallmark of their character, one their partner values deeply. Embracing uncertainty doesn't mean ignoring risks or blindly charging ahead. It means acknowledging the unknown, preparing as best you can, and moving forward with courage. This balance of practicality and acceptance is what makes it so powerful. You're not avoiding fear, you're facing it head-on, showing others that it's possible to thrive even in the face of unpredictability. Take a moment to reflect. How do you handle uncertainty in your own life? Do you resist it, letting it control your actions? Or do you embrace it, trusting yourself to adapt and grow? Imagine how different your relationships could feel if you consistently brought this mindset to the table. Imagine how others would see you, not just as a partner or friend, but as a source of unwavering strength. If this idea resonates with you, show your commitment to growth. Like this video and drop a comment with number 1 if you're ready to embrace uncertainty and become a person of resilience and strength. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how Stoic wisdom can transform your relationships in your life. Together, we're building a community that values growth, connection, and enduring principles. There's so much more to explore, and I'm excited to have you on this journey. As you move forward, remember, embracing uncertainty isn't just about handling life's unpredictability. It's about inspiring others to do the same. It's about showing up with courage, trust, and an open heart, becoming someone they'll always want to return to. Let's keep growing, one principle at a time. As we bring this journey to a close, think about the transformation we've explored. Each principle, radiating confidence, embracing passion, uplifting others, listening deeply, and so many more, has guided us toward becoming a person of undeniable value. These are not just ideas to ponder, they're actionable steps to elevate your life and relationships. Becoming someone they always return to isn't about tricks or superficial strategies. It's about character. It's about cultivating virtues that stand the test of time, making you a beacon of strength, kindness, and authenticity. The Stoic principles we've discussed are not only timeless but deeply practical. They remind us that the path to admiration and connection begins with how we show up in the world. As you reflect on these lessons, ask yourself, which principle resonates with me the most? Which area of my life could benefit from these teachings? Growth doesn't happen overnight, but each step forward, no matter how small, creates momentum. Start with one principle. Practice it consistently. Watch how your relationships evolve as you become the person others admire and gravitate toward. Remember, the goal isn't to make others return to you through manipulation or effort. It's to become someone worth returning to. A person who inspires, uplifts, and enriches the lives of those around you. This transformation isn't just about relationships, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. If you found value in these insights, let's keep this momentum going. Like this video, drop a comment sharing which principle impacted you most, and subscribe to join this incredible community of growth-minded individuals. Your engagement helps us reach more people who, like you, are ready to embrace Stoic wisdom and transform their lives. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Your commitment to personal growth is inspiring, and I'm honored to be part of it. Until next time, remember, the path to becoming someone they always return to begins with how you live your life every single day. Stay strong, stay resilient, and keep shining with that unique grace that only you can bring to the world. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.